Hi there. We're going to look at another MasterGMAT sentence correction question. Considered advanced, but not testing that many things. It's just a sort of base advanced question for a particular kind of error. So, those of you who want to try it, pause the recording, try it, unpause it when you're ready to listen to the explanations. So go ahead and pause the recording now. Okay, welcome back. Now, as you know already, with MasterGMAT, you have a particular work order you're supposed to follow when attacking these kind of questions, when attacking all kinds of questions, actually. And that work order is basically the order in which you're supposed to do things in order to make you more efficient and precise. So our work order tells us that firstly, we read the sentence and find between 0 and 2 errors in the underlined portion of the sentence over here. So if you've done that, and if you have certain red flags, what we call stop signs, you would have noticed a few things. So we have, of course, the relative pronoun which, and we see that which does go back and relate to freedoms. It's plural, it's an object, and the mandate is indeed plural. So that works in terms of subject-verb agreement. However, mandate is one of those verbs that is basically what we consider a subjunctive. And in the subjunctive, certain verbs like suggest, request, recommend, mandate require that if they're followed by that over here, excuse me, then the verb that comes after should be in the base form, and meaning the infinitive form, non-conjugated. And here it isn't. It's actually a conjugated verb. So that is already incorrect. It's tricky because, you know, everything over here works. Goods, persons, services, and capital are allowed. It agrees, right? And that's the trap. It looks right, but it's not, because mandate is one of those important little verbs you're supposed to remember. So we can get rid of A. Just for the hell of it, we'll click on A so you can see the actual stop sign, how it looks. Let's see how long we think it took us, 2 minutes and 30. That's our time awareness tool, makes us super aware of how long it takes us for each question. The more questions you practice with this tool, the more aware you become of how long it takes you, which is obviously super important for your timing strategy. So click on OK, and of course you see what our subjunctive stop sign is. You see propose, recommend, require, request, insist, suggest, mandate, ask, demand, that. All of these words plus that's our stop sign. That's our little red flag. We need to pay attention when you have those verbs that the verb that follows the that is in its base form. If you're confused about it, check this out. You can always go into your little summary over here. Quite cool. So, could go back very easily, and another nice little thing, you get to try it again. We don't just give you the answer. Hopefully you remember what base form is. So we go back, A is already blocked out, but we can also get rid of B because it has the same mistake, which mandate that and then would be granted. This isn't a base form, so we could get rid of that right away. Same thing with D over here, mandating that, and then you have should move freely. So again, like A and B, you know, that little mistake got rid of 3 answer choices right away. Okay, now let's look at what's left between C and E. Okay, now C says, which mandate that the right of free movement be granted. Oh, nice. So here we fixed it. Okay, so it's the base form be, which follows mandate that. So that's okay. Proper subjunctive, right? So be granted to goods, persons, services, and capital that are. Okay, everything's okay over here. They change things around, but that's okay because they actually, the subject and verb agree. Now let's look at the last one, which mandate that goods, persons, services, and capital be allowed to move freely. Okay, so this is okay also, but what's the difference between C and E? Well, there aren't any grammar errors, so what's our next step in the work order? We have to look for stylistic issues. What kind of stylistic issues? Well, we obviously teach quite a few in a certain order, and one of them is redundancy, for example. Right, so let's take a look. You see over here, which mandate that the right of free movement. Well, the right of free movement is actually redundant, which mandate that goods, persons, services, and capital be allowed to move freely. That's why this is a little bit weird. It's a little bit redundant. To be granted to goods, persons, services, and capitals that are, again, you have quite a bit of wordiness and redundancy. Take a look. Right? And it explains over here quite nice that there's a stylistic flaw, right? And we have a redundancy, and also because it's longer, it's awkward. Okay, we don't need to basically add information that is unnecessary, that doesn't help clarify our sentence and make it more concise. So we can go back, and obviously we're left with E, which should be the correct answer. The subjunctive is fine. We have our base form after mandate that. No redundancies. That's how you do it. Great. All right, so those of you who got it, congratulations, and we'll certainly look more at these subjunctive issues mixed with other issues in the same sentence, because they're actually quite tricky. People don't notice them, but they're there for you to notice, and when you do, you hit them right. Okay, so until soon, take care.